Hi, welcome to BariNation, where we support the bariatric community with humor, humility, and honesty.
You've just tuned into a podcast that welcomes you into a community, a resource center, and a safe place that powers your journey towards personal wellness.
Our goal is you leave us today feeling hopeful, inspired, and ready to live your best bariatric life.
Hey BariNation, it's April. I know you're listening to this podcast episode talking about the amazing movement challenge that we are co-hosting with Busy Bariatrics coming up here in September, but you're just not sure if now's the right time to join. Well, I want to share a reason that maybe now is the perfect time to join. Maybe you have been curious about what the BariNation membership community is all about. You're excited to kind of learn more from the experts that lead in our community. You're looking to connect with other patients in a safe and meaningful way. Or maybe you're really struggling with something and you just don't know where to turn. Joining the BariNation Movement Challenge is also joining the BariNation membership community. And that means you get to access and attend all of our live support groups, classes, and meetups. Not only are you going to be getting guided movement support, but you can attend any live event that we have on our support calendar. We have bariatric therapists, registered dietitians, wellness coaches, and trained peer moderators that are excited to meet you and help you along your bariatric journey. This is a fantastic way to understand really what the BariNation membership community is all about and meet Rob's newest coach. Join us today and tap into the support that will help you through the rest of this year. Visit us at barination.mn.co to become a member today. I can't wait to see you in the nation soon. Hi, BariNation. Welcome to a very special podcast. We are introducing you to a brand new movement expert that we have never had the opportunity to meet, but you guys are going to become very familiar with her. Her name is Kylie Hansen, and she has just joined the Busy Bariatrics team led by Rob D'Amidio himself. So Rob, Kylie, welcome to BariNation.
So happy to have me on again. I feel like, what's this, my fifth episode at this point? Do I get a coffee mug or at least like a sticker or something at this?
I might be able to arrange something. We'll see.
Good.
Yeah.
So it's always good to see you all. And it's especially nice, we're coming into September. I woke up, I went outside, I got that first breath of fresh air and realized like, ooh, it's cold. And then I saw two people walking down my street with pumpkin spice lattes. And I was like, this is way too soon for this. But it did make me reflect and think that we are starting to come into this period of change where we kind of have to be back on track. So September is a really good time to kind of catch up. And I figured, hey, who's the best group to hang out with other than the people I know at BariNation?
And we appreciate that. If you guys are new to the BariNation podcast, Rob was one of our first friends, followers, listeners. He would attend the VBM. Rob was always the guy in the basement that was walking on his treadmill and present.
The second dude. It was Jason, and then it was me. So
Yep. So Rob has been with us way back when we were East to West WLS, and we have been an integral part of each other's journey. We have learned so much from Rob. Yeah. I mean, it is just like, we can't imagine doing this without Rob. And then Rob launched Busy Bariatrics, which is a freaking amazing one-on-one coaching program extraordinaire. And he has brought on a new coach who is here tonight with us, Kylie Hansen.
It's really exciting. And before I hand it off to Kylie, it's one of those that I think for a lot of our listeners, we understand that movement's important. But as someone who used to be 365 pounds, I had no idea where to start. I grew up in an age where movement was used as punishment, even when I played sports. If you did something wrong, you took a lap. So I just associated running with how you need to move in order to lose weight. And that's really where I started East to West. I had no supports in place. It was in the middle of the pandemic. I had bought a treadmill with the money I didn't use to spend on Taco Bell. And it was one of the habits that I first started to save and move. And it really was how I lost the majority of my weight. People who see me today or follow my page would say, man, he must have lost all this weight from lifting weights, but it was actually just hitting a step goal consistently, something we can all do and come on for. And yeah, it's why I know it's so important. It's why I preach it so much. And as Busy Bariatrics is growing, I brought on one of the best people that I got to meet in the community, and that's Kylie Hansen. So, Kylie, do you want to tell us all about yourself?
Sure. Thank you, Rob. You always give the best intros. Always makes
Much
me
better than
smile so
April.
much. Well, I feel like you always say such great things about me, and it makes me feel really good. So thank you for that. And thank you guys for having me here. You're such a fun group. I know I don't have as much exposure to you guys as Rob does, but every time I chat with you guys, you're so fun, and I love that. So I am Kylie Hansen. I had bariatric surgery in 2013. I was very young. So in my mind, I had nothing to lose. My mom had bariatric surgery. So she just was like, hey, you should try it out. So I just was like, okay, let's do it. And it literally changed my whole life for the better. And since then, my brother and my dad have also had bariatric surgery. So all of us have had surgery. All of us have built our own success in very different ways. All of our lives are very different from each other. So I am very, very lucky to have had such different means of support, really, from, everybody in my family. So feel very blessed. So since my surgery, I've had two babies. I have had a spine surgery. I have lived in a tiny RV and have just made it work to continue building my success and not allowing myself to derail or completely get off track due to the circumstances that I was living in. So because of that, I'm here today. I have a passion for helping others build their own success story. So got my CPT to help others, and just I love it. That is my passion, is helping others. So here we are. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh. We are absolutely thrilled to really be welcoming you into the BariNation world. And I'm blown away at just how really resourceful you can be for all of the people that you work with, because you've seen so many of your family members go through this bariatric process. You've seen where they've kind of stalled, struggled, right? Needed help. You have seen how they have overcome that obstacle. So really your experience goes far beyond yours. You have this entire group that you can pull from. So when you're working with clients, when you're working with bariatric patients and you see them kind of going down the similar path, you can say, oh, my dad, my mom, like, oh, I've seen this before. Here's what they tried. Maybe that will work for you.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it just makes people not feel so alone, right? When you know other people who have gone through similar things or know of situations, you can utilize that to make other people not feel so isolated, because there are struggles that we go through where we do feel like, is anybody else experiencing this? Is this just me? Am I the only one struggling with this? And chances are you are not the only one struggling with this. So just knowing other people in the bariatric community and knowing what they're going through and what they've experienced definitely can be a huge help and resource for other people.
I think that's the number one thing that people feel or experience as soon as they join BariNation. And I'm sure it's the same too with Busy Bariatrics, right? There are millions of bariatric patients out there that are feeling alone, isolated, scared, worried, right? Or excited, but just not sure, like, am I doing this right? There is this sense of not dread, but there's just this worry that's like, God, I really don't want to mess it up. And when you connect into a community of fellow patients who are in the same stage as you, or who are a few steps behind or a few steps ahead, all of a sudden you realize, oh, I can be myself here and I can ask my questions, and I'm not greeted with unkind words or judgment or shame. I'm just greeted with love and understanding and acceptance. I don't have to explain anything. I'm just here to be. It's almost like you can feel or see this weight drop or lift from them. And finally they can like take this big breath of like, oh, okay. Like we always say, it's like people in our community, they go from like worry to wonder. They go from like fear to belief. And it's such a critical component that's needed along this journey, because as everybody on the screen has experienced, you hit those walls often along this journey. And if you don't have the safe place to like rest and recharge and recalibrate and pick up that new information that you need, that wall could be kind of where your journey ends. And we don't want that for anybody.
And I think, April, that's very similar from a fitness perspective, where there is a lot of unknown. And one of the things that I've really prided myself in Busy Bariatrics is that we do have programs that meet clients where they're at and help them understand. The same questions that I used to ask when I was in East to West support groups and then in BariNation, we help dozens of clients in small group settings help understand how a dumbbell curl works. I was proudest this summer. We had about 40 people go through our breakdown gymtimidation program, which has helped people move from just basic step goals into doing dumbbells, into progressing into the gym, and not just being able to walk through the doors, but feel confident that they knew what they were doing, that they had support. And the best part that I've learned from BariNation is when you have that support around with everyone, it makes a difference. So watching my clients come in and clap each other in when they would say, "This is my first fist bump from the local gym," and watching dozens of people celebrate and hoot and haw really does show that if you have the right community setting around you, you put the right resources and support in place, you can get some really excellent results.
Oh my God. I could not. We're like, if you're watching this, you're just seeing us like beaming with like, yeah, because it's exactly what we all feel. And it's one of the reasons we're actually here together on this podcast tonight. So BariNation and Busy Bariatrics have teamed up to bring you an amazing 30-day movement challenge that is kicking off the first full week of September. We are thrilled about this challenge because it is accessible for anybody. So no matter where you are in your movement, your fitness journey, no matter where you are in your bariatric journey, pre or post-op, this movement challenge is for you. The foundation of the challenge is 10 minutes of intentional movement a day. But Rob and Kylie have helped us really level up this experience, and they have developed 2 30-day programs that we can follow and move through together. One is a 30-day program that is just based on our body weight. So no equipment needed, things that you can do at home without anything extra. And they are really leveling it up to your comfort zone. So if you're part of the challenge, you're going to have live meetups with Kylie. There's fit checks that are going to happen. So no matter where you are in this, you are going to get the support that you need in the moment, live, and through on-demand supports. They've also put together a dumbbell program. So if you do have weights at home and you'd like to experiment with resistance training, this is the absolute best way to start it because it's accessible. It is built for bariatric bodies by bariatric patients, and you're going to be going through these movements with fellow bariatric friends. It's like the most amazing thing that has ever come together on the face of the planet. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but like we are so flippin' excited for this because our community has been asking for it. We understand that getting into movement can be intimidating. We don't know where to start, or we're worried we're going to mess it up. With this 30-day challenge, we're all starting together. We're crossing that start line together. We are encouraging, we are supporting, and we're doing so in ways that are really meaningful to bariatric patients. So we are just absolutely thrilled to be partnering with you on this challenge.
Yeah, and it's one of those that I'm really proudest of this. When I think of people who learn to make results on whatever level they do, I can't think of a better person than Kylie. She's by far probably one of the most insightful people in the bariatric community when it comes to movement, but more importantly, resourceful, where, as we said in the opening, like able to get it done when in an RV while having to be on the road and do everything. Most of the profound things that I've done as a coach myself are usually because I've asked Kylie about it before. So the fact that we get to partner together and that she is going to be helping within the BariNation community as well as helping foster and support everything in Busy Bariatrics, it's a really beautiful, all-encompassing way of showing that it's not support or movement, it's both. And I think that's the most holistic approach you can have to build the lifestyle you want after bariatric surgery.
Absolutely.
So sorry, I'm going to kind of piggyback off Rob for a minute. I think with this program, truly what my most exciting part for me, like I said in the beginning, I just have a passion for helping people. And because bariatric beginners are still very low on confidence, right? Being able to help them get past that low confidence and see them just bloom into this butterfly is one of my most favorite parts of coaching, truly. And so helping people with the basics of exercise is probably one of my favorite realms of coaching because of that, right? And so when Rob and I discussed doing this for y'all, it was really exciting for me when the word body weight and dumbbells only were thrown into the conversation, because it is very low stress. It does kind of take the brain work out of it. And this is where bariatric newbies, or even people who are just intimidated by exercise, this is a great start. But also, there's always a way to intensify, right? So even if you are someone who goes to the gym, but you want to participate, you can intensify what we're doing and make it work for you. So that was really exciting for me when we were talking about this.
The cooler part too, she sells herself short. Kylie is also a corrective exercise specialist with her certification. So as people who used to be obese, and I can say that as someone who still is classified as obese by BMI, our bodies, our joints, our muscles have significant wear and tear from carrying a heavier weight. So, one of the things that was really important when I was bringing Kylie on was having someone who understands that if there are joints, knees, issues that you're concerned about, Kylie has the certification to ensure that we're putting the right exercises in place as well as making programs that help for you. The only thing that will actually hold you back is if you don't ask the question. And that's really when we build our programs in Busy Bariatrics. The first rule of Busy Bariatrics is we don't sit in our issues. And that's something I learned from my time in BariNation. So if you have questions, we're personally putting Kylie into BariNation. We're setting set times for her to answer questions. I am always in BariNation to answer those. So you're getting additional supports from there. They've tried to kick me out. I get burner emails every single week. It's amazing what you can do with Google Workspaces. But the important thing is we really wanted to make sure that if you are sitting there struggling, confused, you don't know where to start, I am giving you one of the best voices who's done it, from bodybuilding shows to doing it with young kids on the road. Kylie really does set the standard of doing it and has been doing it for over a decade. So,
Well, and that's one of the most important things, Rob, that you did for me, actually, because I was in the situation exactly what you're talking about. I knew that I needed to move. I had been medically cleared by my doctor to finally be able to move again after over a year off. And I knew that what I was doing before wasn't going to work this time. And I wanted more targeted, kind of a targeted plan, because I wasn't going to go in there and just spin my wheels with the things that I was doing before. I wanted a plan that had proven results, that was going to lay out for me exactly what I needed to do. Because I'd go in sometimes and spend 2 hours in the gym, sometimes longer than 2 hours, and I just didn't feel like I was getting anywhere. And now, I talked to Robin. He laid out a plan for me that gets me in and out of the gym in an hour, as long as as long as the traffic permits and I can get in all the places that I need to be and do the workouts that are targeted for me. I get in an hour, sometimes an hour and 15 minutes, and I'm out. So it's not only the fact that you laid it out for me in a way that I can understand it, that is kind of basically a step-by-step guide on how to do things, but in an email, I can look at the exercises, then go to YouTube, look them up. So I am confident in how they look when I go to the gym, so that I do know at that point, all I have to do then is test the weight that I work out with, so that I know what's going to be right for me in that situation. And my confidence level was through the roof when I went in there, because I knew exactly what I was going to do. And I didn't have to worry about it. Now, I kept the email up in my phone because I'm old and I forget, and I don't remember what I was supposed to be doing next. But it's not learning how to do it while I'm sitting there, so I don't have to worry about somebody, wanting to get in behind me. Like, all of the anxiety from that was gone. And so it was huge for me in that way to have it laid out for me the way you did.
And Jason, it's thank you so much for all of that. And it's a testament of I've gotten a lift with you prior to revision, and it's never been from a lack of effort or desire. It was from medical inability to really move your body. And this revision has been a new lease on everything. And we did build a plan. Now, full disclosure, if you're a paying client, we give you an app with the videos embedded to see what you do. And you can also log your progress so we can check it and give it in. But I say that only because a lot of the times when there's a money barrier, we do offer free resources continuously into the community, whether it be we offer metabolic assessments where we will go over your habits, patterns, behaviors when it comes to your lifestyle and give you clear, actionable items to help you start to get your metabolism revved up. We offer free form checks for a 30-minute consult call for everything. We offer free guided goal setting of where do you really want to go and what does movement need to look like to get you to that goal. I think one of the biggest struggles that people have in their bariatric journey is they know that they want a body that looks a certain way, and they may not necessarily know from a movement perspective what will get them those results. And the beauty is, we have someone who's competed in summer shred as well as someone who has walked the pool deck of the community pool and kind of knows everything that goes into what that takes. For the BariNation listeners, we're also going to throw in, if you subscribe to the Busy Bariatric email list, my meal planning template, where I map out all 6 months of my meal plans in advance. I'm giving away for free to your listeners, just because although we do take money, and I need to make that clear, we need money if you're signing up. It's not a free program. You do need to subscribe to BariNation. And then if you want to continue with Busy Bariatrics, it's more than just that. It's about giving back and providing base levels to the community and an option to work with professionals who know how to get results, but more importantly, know how to meet you where you're at and get you to where you need to be.
It really all boils down to accessibility. I'm sitting here listening to Rob, Kylie, April, Jason. I'm sitting here, and when I read that we were partnering with Busy Bariatrics, I thought this is just accessible. And I live out in the middle of nowhere. I had a gym membership for about 6 months, and I get snow, ice. I mean, there were some days it was like, why am I paying for a gym membership when I can't even get there on, the majority of the days during the winter? And I got so excited to know that this is body weight or dumbbells or, things that can be done in my home, on vacation, wherever I am. And you truly said it, Rob. You're meeting us bariatric patients, BariNation members, where we are at. Whether we are just starting out our journeys, whether we're almost 4 years post-op like me, we have some folks who are 10, 20 years post-op who are looking for that assistance. And this all boils down to having an accessible, supportive plan in place. And if you want to continue that, work with Busy Bariatrics. Rob and Kylie are there and ready to help you continue this, but this challenge is such a great, accessible place to start. And that's what's so exciting. And I know that's what our members are so excited for.
Yep. All of us on this screen have really prided ourselves on delivering the highest quality support and expert-led connections that we can for prices that are accessible to people. So this challenge that we're talking about, it's a 30-day challenge. It's going to be hosted in the BariNation membership community. If you become a member of BariNation, you get access not only to this challenge, which is amazing, and Kylie's going to tell us kind of all of the details about this, but you also get to attend and access all of the other supports that live in BariNation. So all of our support groups, all of our classes, all of our meetups, all of the experts, everything for $39 a month. That is absolutely unheard of. And the reason we're able to do it's ridiculously low. And the reason that we're able to do that is because we are doing this work with you. And we want everybody to embrace their bariatric journey, to find that confidence when it comes to movement, to find the motivation and the inspiration to move, to connect with other people, to really understand just how powerful being an active member of a community can be on our bariatric journeys. All of us have needed this. All of us continue to use this as patients and members ourselves every day. And we want everybody to feel as good as what we feel. It's not that we rock every day, but knowing that we have all these people in our corner is what makes the hard days accessible. It's what makes the hard days doable, for lack of a better term. So if you are ready to do this challenge with us, all you have to do is become a member of BariNation. Just head to barination.mn.co and join us today, because this challenge, you guys, is going to be off the hook. So Kylie, will you kind of give us a rundown about what the challenge is and what will be in the challenge?
Yes, I would love to. So kind of like we discussed, there is one program with body weight only, and I did incorporate just a smidge of resistance bands in there. Not a lot, just a smidge. And then there's another 30 days where there are dumbbells incorporated. You do get access to pictures, videos of how to do these movements correctly. There are descriptions of how to do these movements. I tried really hard to make sure that all of the brain work, most of the brain work was taken out, and that it was easy to do anywhere, right? At your trailer park, right? Because that's where I did them forever. At your home, you could do them in the gym if you wanted, right? You can do it anywhere. It's accessible. And that was the goal of this program. Also, we are incorporating live workouts, and that's probably one of my most exciting parts, because we do want to keep this fun, right? We want to keep this exciting. I want to make sure that we all feel connected. And that was a big part of just making sure that everybody who does this program feels that they have that live connection with me and they see me doing these things with them. And if they have questions on posture or what I'm doing, let's talk about it. Ask these questions. I'm here. That's what I'm here for. So we are going to do that. And I am also incorporating very low stress movements like walking. So walking is one of the most underrated exercises. And I'm not going to get too much into science, but I can share these resources. But my favorite benefits of walking that have been studied, by the way, simply walking counteracts the effects of weight promoting genes. So all of us here have been obese in the past. We all have weight promoting genes. We are bariatric patients, and simply walking cuts that in half. Cuts it in half. And so to me, we should all be walking. If you're not walking, why? Right? Let's walk together. So you bet your bottom dollar we are walking in this program. Also, and I know this is wild, but it curbs your cravings, and there is science behind it. But there is also a study that was done on your immune system and how walking strengthens your immune system. And they took a ton of participants, and the people who walked got less common colds. They got less flu. They got less all of these things simply by walking. That's the only difference between the study groups. And so to me, it should be a no-brainer. We're walking. And of course, there's a lot of other fun things and exercise and all the things, but we are going to walk. Trust and believe.
Trust and believe. And that makes our community so happy. We are a community of walkers. One of the things that we say so often when we're together in our movement meetups is people will get kind of down on themselves. They'll say, well, I just went for a walk today. And we're like, no. Let's swipe that just out of that. You walked. That is amazing. That is intentional movement. And that's what this is all about. So we are just so flippin' excited to be able to deliver and partner with you guys to create such a magical experience for our BariNation members. It's been needed, it's necessary. And I think this conversation really sums up what we all believe in and what we're all excited about, right? We want this to be accessible. That was what Natalie talked about. Jason, right? Sometimes we very much overcomplicate movement when it doesn't have to be complicated. This challenge is geared towards that. It is here to remove that complication and say, nope, this is what we're doing. That community element, we're doing it together. The fun element. I think if you've been following BariNation and Rob and Busy Bariatrics for a while, I think sometimes we get a reputation for kind of being like very studious and we're going to learn and we're serious about this. But that's not who we are. I mean, it is who we are, but we are this beautiful combination of, we are bariatric learners, and we are here to really discover what we need to be successful in our bariatric journey. But we also like to have fun, and we are fun. And it brings together just all of these elements of both of our communities, of your program and of BariNation in the most beautiful way. And it's going to create a magical experience for people that are ready to explore movement, right? To just give movement a try. It is going to be fun. It's accessible. It's inviting. It is no shame. It is no blame. You're invited to join us no matter where you are in your bariatric and your movement journey. If your goal is to just start moving to help with your health, we got you. If your goal is to start moving to improve your fitness, we got you. If your goal is really to level up that game to get to kind of that performance level where Jason is hoping to go, we got you. This program is designed to take you from where you are and start your journey. And we're going to do it together. And I'm just so proud that we've developed such a freaking amazing program to make it all happen.
Yes, Kylie did.
Yes, she did.
I like that you said we. So, April, can you point to where in the dumbbell progressions?
We. When,
the collective we.
The collective we.
But really, Kylie.
We've been talking about this.
In my family, we call it wheeze. Wheeze. So wheeze. Kylie is wheeze.
Well, I couldn't have done it without the support. So it's we, right? I mean, it's fine.
Excellent recovery, Kylie.
Oh, God. I'm telling you. But you know what? Teamwork makes the dream work. And let's be real. This is how BariNation started. It was a bunch of us crazy bariatric patients going, we need something different. We are not getting what we need. And we think we can create what we know we need. And that's what we're doing. That is exactly what we're doing. And we're just so excited that we get to do it together. We get to do it with our friends. We get to do it with our community. And we really get to deliver some amazing support. So if you have been on the fence about joining BariNation, if you've been wondering, like, what is this all about? I don't understand quite how this works. If you've been curious about the experts that lead in our community, like Rob and now Kylie, or if you're just looking for a safe place to call home along your bariatric journey, this is the time to join BariNation. If you have also been curious about Busy Bariatrics and the programming that they offer and the expertise that lives in their coaching programs, this is the time for you to really get to know Busy Bariatrics for a price point that is accessible. It's the time. The time is now. And the challenge starts soon. The kickoff day is September 7th, 8th?
Sure.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. Yes. You're correct. The 7th.
Awesome. So the challenge kicks off on the 7th and it will go for 30 days. So in the beginning of September and all the way through October, we have programming built in each and every week. There'll be on-demand resources. There'll be plenty of live opportunities. Kylie will be sharing these research-backed, these educational resources as the challenge goes. We have this awesome built-in tracker that you can keep track of digitally as we move through the challenge. And we are here to motivate you and move right alongside you every step of the way.
We are getting you right to pumpkin spice season. Yes.
Right.
I love that. I think you're wrong, Rob. I think we should have started pumpkin spice season last month.
Oh,
no.
Okay, wait, no, okay. Ding, ding, ding. I gotta call it because this conversation is gonna continue on in our boat.
Okay.
No. Okay, if you guys have been here for a hot minute, you know that this is a fierce debate, and we are going to the ding 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 bell is going to start in our bonus conversation. So if you're a member of the BariNation community, or if you're a member of the Patreon community, you are about to see gloves come up. This is going to be a pumpkin battle to the death, and there will be no winner.
It's only a battle if both teams participate. I've already won.
Wow. He would go there. All right, my friends. Well, at the end of our episode, we always like to give our experts kind of the final word. So Rob, we'll start with you. And then Kylie, you will have the final say. So what are you hoping people, or maybe why do you hope people join this challenge?
I hope they join because they believe in themselves. I think for a lot of us, we sat on the sidelines. We maybe never even knew how to start. and they didn't know a safe space where they could actually get started. It's funny, one of our clients legitimately failed gym class because they were afraid to even go into the gym. They cut and would leave school early because of that. And they're now regularly going into the gym. They're moving and lifting heavy weights. And it just shows. A phrase we use all the time in Busy Bariatrics is you're really only bound by the limits of your imagination. So if you want a chance to really go beyond that, this is a great start when it comes to movement.
Awesome. Kylie,
Top
what
that,
about you?
Kylie.
Yeah.
Well, of course, like Rob said, I want people to build their confidence, right? I want to see them shine. I want to see them just do something in a simple way that allows them to reach their goals. But also, I'm going to add in the whole September spiel, because September is the perfect month to start something like this. If you are someone who struggles with the last 4 months of the year, right? If you are someone who you already know that August, September, October, November, you struggle because of the holidays and the weather and all of the things, this can be a great way for you to start implementing basic exercise that can be done through those busy holiday seasons. And so that is my biggest why is to, I'm hopeful that people join BariNation to do this challenge with us so that they can be successful and still exercise and move their body through the holidays and still enjoy the holidays, right? And so that is my biggest goal.
Absolutely.
Beat the burr.
Beat the burr. Beat the burr. This is the time where we can really set into motion some great routines, systems, habits, practices, whatever word you'd like to use when it comes to movement that will carry us forward through the upcoming holiday seasons in a really positive way. And if you're watching and listening to this podcast and it's not September of 2024, all of these resources live 24/7 in the BariNation membership community. So you can access them whenever you become a member. It's a great way to slow roll into movement. It's a great way to get to know Rob and Kylie and everything that we do in BariNation and Busy Bariatrics. So have no fear. If it's not September 2024, we still got you. We still got you. Rob, where can people follow you?
The best place I would say is we're going to put the email list on the show notes of this. That's where I give daily insight every Monday to Friday on how to optimize your bariatric journey. You can also go to our newly revamped website, www.busybariatrics.com. We have merch, people. Merch!
Amazing merch.
Merch! I know.
It's pretty cool.
You could go there. You could go to My Weight is History on Instagram. We are also giving away, as part of our back to school deal, we are giving away 3 Legion protein products of your choosing, as well as a $100 Target gift card, which is where you can go and get all the good stuff that you want.
Awesome. Perfect. Kylie, what about you? Can people follow you on social?
Absolutely. I am typically just on Instagram. KylieHansen.fit is where people can find me. And then my email, Kylie@busybariatrics.com.
Awesome. And we'll make sure all this is linked in the show notes so that you know how you can join the challenge, where you can join the challenge, and where you can follow everybody that you are interacting with on this screen. All right, my friends, let's get busy. Let's get to moving.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Thanks, guys. Hey, BariNation, it's April. We just want to pause here for a moment and thank our amazing monthly Patreon supporters and community members. Because without their ongoing support, you wouldn't be listening or watching this show. It takes a lot of time, energy, and resources to produce the BariNation podcast. And these amazing supporters believe in BariNation. They believe in the education that we're delivering, and they believe that when we unite as a nation of bariatric patients, we really can change what bariatric care and support looks and feels like. If you would like to join these amazing humans, we would love to welcome you into the BariNation community. Become a monthly supporter at patreon.com/BariNation podcast, or join our membership community and access support groups, classes, and meetups that are 100% virtual. You can find us at barination.mn.co. Thank you again, Patreon supporters and community members. We couldn't do it without you. That wraps up another empowering episode of the BariNation podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, keep the conversation going by joining the BariNation membership community, where you can attend live support events, access on-demand resources, and find a caring community.
Join us at BariNation.mn.co. If you found this podcast valuable, help us produce it by becoming a $5 monthly supporter at BariNationPodcast.com.
And just remember, at the end of the day, you've got this, we've got you, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.